The OPTIC Gaming versus Panda matchup. We're going to actually go to a live look-in right now of our Bravo station and see the closing moments of this matchup. As it stands, it's tied 1-1. This, of course, a Game 5. Teep, I know you've been keeping your eyes out on this one. OPTIC Gaming losing the hard points though in the series. What's been going wrong?
They're a mess in hardpoint, to put it simply, especially on something like Retaliation, the map that they just lost. That's something that they've been really good at, a little bit of a longer range map. They just can't seem to put anything together on these hardpoints. However, the Search and Destroys and Link, OPTIC look very good. So whatever it is, I think it's just, I don't know if it's a mental issue, a practice issue, a team comp issue in terms of weapons. It's just a giant mess for them in hardpoint right now.
Chance, I know you were kind of taking a look at some of the stats, and you had some interesting kind of thoughts on those hardpoint win percentages that OPTIC Gaming has.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those correlation doesn't necessarily equal causation sort of situations where their best two maps were Breakout and Retaliation. Those are the two most AR dominant. Those are going to have the longest lines of sight. And then I think they hadn't won a single time on Scorch. I think 0%, and then a 50% on Throwback. And we've seen quite a few times they were playing Elevate earlier, and they were just getting eaten alive by the submachine gun players on those smaller maps. And again, that kind of goes back to the team comp issue. Of course, that's not necessarily the smoking gun. There's a lot of things that go into the hard point, but OPTIC Gaming definitely in the future has to revamp that game mode, preferably before ESWC.
Most definitely. In terms of Scorch, you said 0% at this event. They also had a 0% at the last event in Vegas, so still yet to win that map online at a major league gaming event. Merc, I know as well, you've been intently watching this one. Got to give some props to Panda, though, staying alive, of course, but in terms of this Search and Destroy, you start to see now Panda pulling away. Well, what's going wrong for OPTIC Gaming?
I mean, it just seems like Panda just adapting very well, and in that round right there is one of the strategies we saw them, I believe, pull out during their pool play matches. What ends up happening is they go away and Fastball just dips towards the defensive spawn and sits in there with an E-Rad, and it worked out very well. He caught out one player just by himself. OPTIC right there, and that 4v4 retake, they need to get together. That communication needs to be better.
Teep, you mentioned this is a bit of a potential redemption now for Panda. Do you think this time maybe they can close this series out?
They really should. The pool play match honestly should have been a 3-0 for Panda. They let it slip for them just a little bit, but it seems like they've refined those sort of issues and just playing better overall in hardpoint. We see finally OPTIC showing some life in this round. Karma getting his first 2 kills on that one, so this one should be going in OPTIC's favor, and yes, there it is. So, man, a back and forth sort of SnD to close this one out. You really expect it in these loser bracket games, but back to my point, Panda should have won. They looked like the better team overall in their first pool play match, and yes, OPTIC was undefeated in the pool, came out on top, but it was close, man.
It was very close indeed, and we've got to give Panda a lot of love. They have a ton of support here at MLG Atlanta. The crowd definitely getting behind them. And Chance, for you, who's impressed you the most from this Panda Gaming squad?
I might want to give it to Fastball, honestly. He's been the E-Rad player almost non-stop for the team, and it seems like a lot of the times that even when his team is performing kind of poorly, he's going to be on top of the leaderboards, putting in as much work as he can in pretty much all categories. So, I don't know, a lot of the teammates are looking pretty good, but Fastball's been the guy.
Yeah, and add on to that, I think you have to talk about Profizi, just his performance, in every single game type. He's really like, we've watched his movement with that shockwave, and he's just really good with it, absolutely ridiculous plays. He's definitely an up-and-comer to watch out for this year. And there you see it. I mean, he picks up one with a shockwave in a second.
And there you can see the Panda support behind them. It's very rare to see when OPTIC Gaming is playing, the opposite team have just as much, if not more support. But as I said, those Panda fans getting very, very loud indeed. And they are now just a few rounds away from closing this out. And Teep, you brought it up. This is a losers bracket match, right? OPTIC loses, they are out of this tournament. I know, we kind of mentioned this yesterday, you've obviously been in these kind of situations in your career, admittedly not that much. But what is OPTIC Gaming feeling right now? They're down in this Game 5.
It's probably a little bit frantic on the comms, but really just go back to a sort of normal strategy. I don't know, maybe it's a quick plant. Just put yourself in a favorable situation if possible. But speaking on that, Krim gets first blooded very quickly. We've been speaking about Fastball being one of the top players on this Panda Gaming lineup. He's playing a very difficult role with that SMG for them, so the fact that he's able to put so much pressure on, and I just like how Panda are developing these rounds. They got that first blood, and you can see how they're playing now. It's a consistent style. They're grouping up over towards the other bomb site. They don't care if OPTIC plants at this point. They got the initial kill that they needed, and now they're grouping up. So it's just OPTIC getting picked apart. The players aren't playing very well as a team. There's glimpses of greatness, but just not putting it together.
Yeah, and Formal there almost being able to come behind all of Panda and picking up a kill. But look at Panda, look how they're moving around the map. That's what you want to see from this team. But right off that start, Crim6 going by himself through that sort of middle hallway and getting picked off puts OPTIC in a very you know, not a good situation. They're going to be able to get this down in a 3v4.
I mean, we've been watching kind of OPTIC Gaming on our quad feed pretty much all throughout the day on their journey through this losers bracket. Chance, we said Formal has impressed the most. I mean, what's going wrong for Formal in this search and destroy specifically?
Well, you see he's going to be able to pick up a kill there, but it comes down to they're just getting beat collectively as a team. They keep getting first blooded, so the remaining 3 players are constantly going to be in bad situations. Now you see Scump, again, tough break for him. He's in a 1v2, and they know exactly where he is. Of course, he does have time, in theory, on his side, but still, if you're putting yourselves in tough positions, and there you see the reactive armor coming in to make sure they get those plays, there's only so much you can do. You can see one more round, and Panda is eliminating OPTIC Gaming.
5-2, bomb defused. OPTIC Gaming looking like they could be packing their bags a little early here. And remember, the winner of this matchup will be playing FaZe Clan next in the loser bracket. So it's not exactly like it gets any easier, Merc.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, both these teams, Panda and Fuse, just making incredible runs here. You know, at Atlanta, and the bigger picture is Panda is now going to be in that pro points race for the Pro League.
I'm glad you brought that up. It's something we were kind of talking about off stream. They're going to get a ton of points for this, and especially if they can continue this kind of lead. I mean, a 5-2 advantage, it would be a throw almost, right? TP, if they weren't able to close this out.
Yeah, they really should be able to. A fast plant coming in from these guys again, and it seems like, oh, the camo coming in from fastball should be able to spot a couple of players, gets one, trades coming in. This is crazy, man.
It's going to be down to Prophet. He's in a 1 versus 3. He's going to find the first, but he immediately trades up to Gaming. Stay alive for now.
And that's a big round as well, because you saw that active camo got burned. That is something that we have made, or seen make huge plays constantly throughout the tournament.
Is it fair to say that maybe that was a little too quick to go for that camo?
If you're going to be using the camo, don't be the first one to dive into 4 players, because you're going to get traded pretty much instantly.
I like it. Yeah, close out. You use all your utility. It's OPTIC Gaming, right? You don't want to give him any sort of chance. That's on his teammates. He got the first blood. He made the play and definitely made the call. It's his teammates' fault for sure.
At the same time, though, if he's going to be playing on that back line, if his teammates can even just pick up 2 kills, he pops out that camo, he could just save it for another 10, 15 seconds.
Also
he
true.
can make the play there.
Also true, but the play call at the time, I don't know.
Hindsight
I see what you're saying, too.
Hindsight is a wonderful thing, of course, but as it stands, they do not have that in their utility anymore. It is 5-3. Can OPTIC Gaming stay alive, looking to claw their way back through into this search and destroy? It's definitely going to be a struggle. As I said, FaZe Clan will be waiting for them in the next round of this losers bracket. And again, kills being traded once again, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see Panda playing together, Prophet picking up 2 with that E-Rad, doing such a good job. Now in a 1-on-1, and Scump does have the reactive, a huge play. The biggest thing is, as well, is Karma is going to have camo.
Did he use the reactive?
He did.
There?
He did pop it at the last second.
TP, you a fan of that? Obviously, we're talking about these abilities being used.
Has to. It's a 1-on-1 situation. You know you have
It's
the
just instinct.
You have to do it.
You train yourself to do that. You can't really knock it, I guess, especially for the situation that they're in. You don't know if the guy's going to pop around the corner and catch timing on you. You do what you need to do.
Fair enough. Of course, now OPTIC Gaming starting to claw their way back. And for Panda, are they maybe having a little bit of flashbacks now, Chance? They were so close to closing out against OPTIC Gaming previously. They need to finish this round. You do not want to allow this to go to a round.
Yeah, and Karma needs to stay alive here. He's pretty much by himself, but the biggest thing is he's very close to that camo. And again, just look how Panda is playing so decisive. All 4 of them always together.
Just kind of a wolf pack, if nothing else, just traversing the map as a squad. Bomb, of course, will be planted. That's a big win from Scump.
And again, Prophet just a little bit further away from his teammates. You know, if he's going to do that, you want his team to go with him.
Well, Scump's looking to find a second. Formal is going to be there as well for the assist. Scump, he does clean it up.
And the biggest thing is, look at that Karma right now. He has that camo. Unbelievable plays from OPTIC, and again, Prophet gives up that first kill because he's out there by himself. Just wait for your team to start the trade process.
And now I can tell you the venue has broken out to the Let's Go OPTIC.
The green wall's here, baby.
The green wall is definitely here. I'm curious to see if Panda fans could try and respond. The Panda, of course, in the crowd. A round 11, of course, this a losers bracket matchup. The loser of this will be eliminated from the CWL Atlanta Open. The winner progresses through to play FaZe. This is so tense.
And I don't know if the observer can hear me, but good. Stay on Karma right now. Let's see what he's able to do with this, and let's see how Panda plays this.
Hopefully we do get to see a little bit of Damon's perspective. Instead, though, it will be Scump on your screens for this round 11. A player who down Formal with the trade. 3 versus 3. This one going down to the wire. And again, the quick kills coming through. Karma pops one, can't find the second, though. It's going to be down to Karma, actually, in a 1 versus 1. Fastballer versus Karma. your tournament life on the line. Can Panda clutch up? Fastballer currently sitting at 10-6, Karma 8-8, a two-time world champion. Can he clutch up here for the green wall?
He used camo too, so even odds of these two players, the bomb has to be worried about as well. So a little bit of a favorite situation for Fastball here.
Like Karma might be able to...
Time ticking. Wow. Both players,
My goodness.
both players playing this so well. Fastballer, as I said, sitting at 10-6, Karma at 8-8. 35 seconds remaining here in this round 11, losers round 5 matchup. And you can just see, looking at that top left mini-map where both our two players are located. Karma picks up the bomb, he gets the bomb down. Now it's on Fastballer, he has to make the move. He has to find Karma very, very quickly if he wants to have time to defuse it. And Fastballer just desperately trying to hunt down Karma in these situations. And there it is! The kill comes through! Karma, your two-time world champ.
5-2. Panda 1 round away.
Oh, and almost letting him know that was a choke.
One round away from top 6.
I can't believe it. 5-2 lead. TP, what is the emotion now for the OPTIC Gaming players?
Can't happen.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable comeback from OPTIC Gaming. Tournament Live still alive. Are you kidding me?
What in the timing that round? The timing that round. Fastball so close
Spotted
to
him.
David. So many